You awaken to a soft chime. It is a gentle, insistent sound. Your eyes open to darkness. Not a complete dark, but a deep gray. Dim lights pulse along the floor. They form a path leading away from your cryopod. Your memory is a ghost. It offers only flickers of light. You see a burning sky. You hear a promise spoken in a low voice. The pod hisses open. The air is cold and tastes of metal. You rise slowly from the frosted glass. Your limbs feel heavy. They are clumsy strangers attached to your body. You take a step, then another. Your bare feet make no sound on the deck. A voice whispers in your mind. It is not your own thought. It feels ancient and familiar. The voice calls itself the architect. It speaks of a forgotten oath, an oath you made long ago. You were meant to be a shepherd, a guardian of something precious. The architect urges you forward. It says your purpose is not yet dust. You follow the pulsing lights. The great ark drifts in silence around you. You are its only waking passenger. This ship is a tomb, or perhaps it is a cradle. You are not sure which. The lights lead you to the observation deck. A single vast window dominates the room. It looks out upon an endless silent void. The darkness is absolute. Stars glitter like scattered salt. They offer no warmth, no comfort. The emptiness presses against the glass. It feels like a physical weight. On a central console, one panel glows. It is a soft, inviting blue. A single rune is etched upon it. The symbol for broadcast. This is the ancient beacon. Firing it would send a signal across the void. It would scream your location to anyone listening. It could be a call for help, or it could be a dinner bell. No way to know for sure. The architect's whisper returns. It does not command you. It only presents the choice. To remain silent is to drift forever. To die alone in the cold. To speak is to risk everything. To invite the unknown to your doorstep. You rest your hand over the glowing panel. The metal is cool beneath your palm. You can feel the power thrumming within it. A deep breath fills your lungs. You make your choice. You press down. The panel gives way with a soft click. For a moment, nothing happens. You almost wonder if it was a dud. Some ancient tech finally giving up the ghost. Then a low hum builds from the deck plates. It vibrates through the soles of your feet. A wave of energy, pure and bright, erupts from the ship's spire. It paints the void with light. You have cast your stone into the silent ocean. Now you wait for the ripples. The beacon's pulse awakens other systems. A speaker crackles to life nearby. It sputters with static. Then a voice emerges. It is thin and distant. A ghost in the machine. The recording is old. The man's words are strained. He speaks of the First Fleet, a convoy that fled a dying star. They were the first to make the great journey. He says they carried the last hope of their people. They were shepherds of a civilization. They faced starvation and despair. Yet they flew on. The recording glitches. Another voice takes over. A woman this time. Her tone is calm but weary. She describes how they saved humanity. They found a way to create an engine that drank the void itself. It was their miracle. Their final message is broken. It is a string of coordinates, a warning, and a single repeated phrase. The core sleeps. It must not be broken. It must be awakened. The transmission ends. The speaker falls silent. You are left with the echo of their sacrifice and the hint of a powerful secret. A hidden engine resting somewhere in this very ship. Their final gift. The coordinates from the ghost recording appear. They glow on a secondary screen. They point to a sector of the ship, a forgotten cargo bay. You follow the ship's internal map. The corridors are long and silent. Your footsteps are the only sound. You pass rows of sleeping cryopods, thousands of souls entrusted to your care. The weight of your task settles upon you. You reach the specified bay. The door is sealed. A simple hand crank is the only lock. It seems absurdly low-tech for such a vessel. You turn the wheel. It resists with the groan of old metal. Finally, it gives. The heavy door slides open. Inside, the room is dark. A single beam of light cuts through the gloom. It points to a pedestal in the center. Upon the pedestal rests an object. It is a star chart, but it is not a hologram. It is made of cracked obsidian glass. Faint lines of light pulse within it. They show routes between stars, paths that no longer exist. You touch its surface. It feels warm. As you do, a new line begins to glow. It is a route to a whispered sanctuary, a place called the Amber Haven. You trace the glowing line with your finger. The map responds. The light intensifies. It feels like you are making a promise. The architect whispers again. It confirms this is the way. This is the first step toward fulfilling your oath. The sanctuary holds the key to the sleeping core. You commit the route to the ship's navigation. The arc turns slowly. A new course is set toward an old legend. The journey takes days, or maybe weeks. Time is a fluid thing in the silent dark. Finally, the ship slows. You have arrived at the coordinates. Before you is not a planet, not a station. It is a formation. Two colossal figures stand in the void. They are made of dark, crystalline material. They look like statues of ancient kings. They tower over your ark. As you draw closer, their eyes ignite. They pulse with a soft, amber light. A low hum resonates through your ship. It is not a threat. It is a question. A voice, not of words, but of pure feeling, fills your mind. They are the luminous gatekeepers. They guard this sanctuary. They demand a tribute before you can pass. You have nothing to give. No cargo, no weapons. The voice clarifies its demand. It does not want riches. It wants a tribute of forgotten songs. A strange request. You search the ship's archives. You find logs of culture, music, poetry, stories from a world now lost to time. Most are corrupted, unreadable. But one file remains, a simple folk song, a lullaby about a silver moon and a patient star. It's not much of a tribute. You broadcast the simple melody. The sound waves travel through the void. They wash over the silent gatekeepers. For a long moment, they do not react. You fear you have failed. Then, their amber eyes soften. The light pulses with a gentle rhythm. It matches the tempo of the old lullaby. The tribute is accepted. The two colossal figures slowly move apart. They reveal a shimmering path between them. As you pass between the gatekeepers, the song changes. It is no longer just the simple lullaby. A choir joins it. Thousands of voices, ancient and deep. They are not coming from your ship. They are singing from the void itself. The sound is everywhere. It is the voice of the Elder Ones. They recite a covenant, a promise made before the great silence fell. Their words are not in any language you know, yet you understand them perfectly. They speak of a time when life flourished, when universes were woven like tapestries. They tell of a great unraveling, a force that broke the threads of creation. They made a promise to preserve one final thread, a single universe to be rebuilt. You were chosen as its architect, its guardian. The ancient choir binds you to this silent oath. The flickers of memory you had now feel whole. You remember the burning sky. You remember making this promise. You swore to carry the seeds of a new beginning. to find a safe harbor, to awaken the heart of creation. The song fades. The covenant is renewed. You are no longer just a survivor. You are a purpose made manifest. The path ahead shimmers. It is a tear in the fabric of space, a rift. On the other side, you do not see stars. You see swirling patterns of raw star energy. It is a canvas of impossible colors, a place where the rules of the universe are unwritten. This is the rift of the star science. The gatekeepers created this shortcut, this path to the heart of the sanctuary. The architect warns you, crossing the rift will be dangerous. It could rewrite the laws of motion. It could tear the ship apart, or it could strengthen it, imbue it with new power. There is no other way forward. The old routes are gone. You take the helm. Your hands grip the controls. They feel steady. The ship glides toward the shimmering tear. You enter the rift. Reality dissolves. Up is down. Left is right. Time flows like a river, sometimes fast, sometimes slow. The ark groans under the strain. Alarms blare. Lights flicker. You ignore them. You focus on a single point of stable light ahead. You fly toward it. The raw energy of creation flows around you. It feels like plunging your hands into the soul of a star. You emerge from the other side. The chaos ends as suddenly as it began. You are in a pocket of calm space. A nebula of soft gold and silver light surrounds you. The ship is quiet. The alarms are silent. The systems reboot. Everything seems stronger, more responsive. The journey through the rift has changed the vessel. It has changed you. A new sound fills the silence. A low rhythmic hum. It resonates from deep within the ark's hull. The hum is a call. It pulls you from the bridge. You follow the sound through the ship's corridors. It leads you downward, deeper than you have ever gone before, down to the very heart of the ark. You arrive at a large circular chamber. The hum is louder here. It vibrates in your bones. In the center of the room floats a sphere of swirling light. This is the Whispering Core. It is the hidden engine from the First Fleet's recording. It is the heart of creation from the Covenant. It beckons to you. It promises untold power. The architect explains its nature. The core is a seed, a compressed universe waiting to be born. But it is dormant. It requires a shaper, a will to give it form. It needs an architect. You approach the sphere. The air grows warm. The light from the core casts strange shadows. They dance like living things. The hum seems to form words in your mind. It asks what you intend to build. Will you create a weapon, a kingdom, or a home? The core will grant your desire. But it will also test the purity of your intent. It seems asking for a private zero-gravity swimming pool is probably off the table. Touching the core initiates the trial. The chamber melts away. You are no longer in the ship. You are standing in a vast, dark space. Before you is an ember forge. Molten streams of light flow like a liquid sunrise. They pour into a central basin. This is the raw material of creation. The trial is simple. You must shape it. You must forge an alloy of hope and purpose. You reach out. You do not use your hands. You use your will, your focus. You think of the sleeping souls in the cryopods. You think of the First Fleet sacrifice. You remember the promise you made. You pour all of that into the molten light. You shape it not into a sword or a crown, but into a key, a simple, elegant key, a tool to unlock a new future. The molten streams obey your intent. They cool and solidify. The light solidifies into a new, luminous alloy. It glows with a gentle, steady warmth. The forge fades away. You are back in the core chamber. The sphere of light now has a keyhole in its center. The key you forged hangs in the air before you. You have passed the trial of the Ember Forge. Your intention was pure. You take the key. It feels warm and solid in your hand. You place it into the core. It turns without effort. The hum of the core deepens. It becomes a song of immense power. Energy flows from the chamber. It surges through the entire arc. The ship feels truly awake for the first time. You have awakened the heart of creation. You return to the observation deck. The main console has changed. A new command is available. It is not just a simple broadcast anymore. It is something far more powerful. You can now send a signal through the rifts themselves. A beacon that can reach across broken space. A call to every lost fragment of your people. You activate the beacon of the forgotten. A tower of pure white light erupts from the ship. It does not simply travel outwards. It blossoms. It sends tendrils of light through unseen pathways in the void. It paints the darkness with shadows of lost colonies, of fleets long silent, of worlds thought to be gone forever. The signal carries the song of the core, the anthem of reunion. It is a key offered to every locked door in the galaxy. The light of the beacon spreads for what feels like an eternity. Then, a response comes. A single ship appears at the edge of the nebula. It is not a design you recognize. The ship is a silhouette. It is cloaked in a darkness that seems to devour light. It does not reflect the golden glow of the sanctuary. It is a hole in space, a void given form. A voice contacts you. It is smooth and cold, like polished obsidian. She introduces herself as the Void Queen. She saw your light. She was drawn to its power. She says she rules the empty spaces, the quiet graves between the stars. She offers you an alliance. Join her, and you will have protection. Your people will have safety under her dark wing. The price is simple. You must extinguish your beacon. You must let the other lost souls sleep forever. Her silence is peace, she says. Her offer is tempting. The void is vast and full of predators. An alliance with such a power would ensure survival. But at what cost? To abandon the others? To break the covenant? You look at the dark ship. It represents an easy peace, a quiet end. The architect's voice is a firm presence in your mind. It reminds you of the oath an architect builds. They do not oversee a graveyard. You send your reply. A simple, firm no. The Void Queen's ship seems to bristle. The darkness around it deepens. Her voice returns, its smoothness gone. It is now laced with cold fury. She informs you that those who are not with her are simply obstacles. Her ship begins to power its weapons. Massive cannons emerge from the dark hull. They glow with a sickly purple energy. It seems you've made your first friend out here. How lovely. Just as she's about to fire, something impossible happens. A flash of light appears to her right. A small, scrappy-looking vessel drops out of warp. It is painted with the sigil of a forgotten colony. Then another flash. A massive, bulky freighter appears on her left. Then another, and another. Dozens of ships, then hundreds. They are all different, all bearing the marks of long journeys and hard fights. They are the lost ones, the forgotten fleets, the scattered colonies. Your beacon reached them. They answered the call. They form a protective circle around your ark. Flags of many peoples flutter in the star-born light. A single, unified chant rises from them all. It is broadcast on all frequencies. It is the old lullaby, the song of the silver moon, the anthem of renewed hope. The dawn of the star-born unity has arrived. The Void Queen hesitates. Her single ship is powerful, but it is now facing a united fleet, a people who have just found each other again. They are not just ships. They are a statement, a declaration that the silence is broken. With a final, silent curse, her ship fades back into the darkness. She's gone for now. The new fleet holds its position. 1,000 ships, a single purpose. With the threat gone, a new voice speaks. It is the architect, but it is no longer a whisper in your mind. It booms across the open channels. It speaks to every ship in the new fleet. The voice comes from your ark itself. You look to the front of the observation deck. The light from the core projects a figure, a being of pure, white energy. The architect rises, its eyes ablaze with ancient fire. He declares that he is the collected will of the First Fleet, the guardian of the Covenant, the memory of the Ark. He was bound to sleep until a true shaper could awaken the core. You have done so. You have proven your worth. The architect now declares the great work can begin. The era of broken universes is at an end. Today, they will start to build anew. The fleet listens. Awe and reverence ripple through the crews. They have been lost for so long, drifting without purpose. Now, they have one. The architect gives them their first task: to heal, to rebuild, to find the barren worlds and bring them life. The fleets break formation, not in chaos, but with a shared mission. They move out into the Golden Nebula. Their work begins. You watch from your bridge. Small ships descend upon barren moons. Survivors in sealed suits step out onto gray dust. They carry small containers. Inside are seeds, heirlooms from a world none of them have ever seen. They plant them in the sterile ground. They erect small biodomes. They whisper promises of future harvests. Their steps on the new worlds are a gentle triumph. Larger ships begin their own work. They deploy great solar mirrors. They focus the light of the nebula onto the frozen surfaces of planets. Ice begins to melt. Atmospheres begin to form. The star science of the First Fleet is put to use, not for war, but for creation. The United Fleet works as one, a symphony of construction and renewal. It's a bit more productive than arguing over who gets the last slice of pizza. You stand at the edge of a newborn galaxy. The Golden Nebula is now dotted with points of green and blue. The work of renewal is slow, but it is steady. The architect stands beside you, a silent, glowing sentinel. Your ark is now the heart of this new civilization, a place of learning and a symbol of unity. Your story has already spread. It is told around new campfires on new worlds. The story invites all to listen. It is a tale of a long sleep, of a silent promise, of a single light that broke the darkness. You look out at the horizon. It is no longer a silent void. It is a canvas of possibility. Your breath is steady. Your purpose is clear. The great work has just begun. You are the architect of broken universes, and you have come home.